The Scary Show is proud to welcome back Manny Newman of Bud and Lather, one of the judges of the first annual Hawaii Cannabis Cup.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I wanted to talk about you and Bud and Lather, and have you ask me questions, and we just go back and forth with the questions, and yeah, and I'll edit it later.
You're gonna edit out all my lame jokes, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna keep those in and then put in all my best jokes.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you know that my jokes are all the best. You know? Like...
Well, yeah, because you got them from me. So, so all my old jokes that you.
Yeah. They only cost me pennies a day.
Yeah, it was just pennies a day. You can give a guy like Manny a sense of humor.
So if you were to start smoking marijuanas like me, would you have to change your name to Bong Olero?
Oh, we're gonna have to censor that.
We're gonna censor.
Can we get the guys in control to bleep that out?
Boop. Boop. Censored.
Oh shit.
Yeah. At the end of the show, they're not even gonna call them bloopers anymore. They're gonna call them boopers.
Oh god.
All right. So for tonight's show on the for tonight's episode edition of the Scary Show, we're talking about scary things.
Yes.
Like old tattooed gimps like me with problems walking. Who have no, I'll tell you what's scary, man. You know what's scary is that damn 11% interest rate on this wheelchair loan. Having to pay for my wheelchair out of pocket. That was scary, man. Trying to pay back a loan that's 11, dude. It's like a credit card debt. It's crazy, man. It's like it's like, oh yeah, we'll loan you the money, 11%. And like, dude, like I'm putting everything that I can on like trying to pay that back and pay it on the principal. Like, you go look on the smartphone app every day, and they like add a few dollars to the debt, like $2-3 every day. Just here's some more. I'm like, shucks, I thought it was like a yearly interest rate. They're not gonna wait till the end of they're not waiting till the end of the year to get their interest. They want their money now.
Wow.
But that's all right. That's my nightmare. That's not your nightmare. Let's talk about a scary show. And
So
Blood and Lather.
so your episode was called A Face, and it took place in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. So tell us more about the Boys and Girls Club and that story.
Oh, the Boys and Girls Club and that story. So I mean that was a true story. Like that was a real experience that I was relating. Shucks. I remember early 90s, like 1993, 1994, we used to live on Viola Street in downtown Honolulu. Mm-hmm. And I believe it's the district of Mo'iliili. If
Yeah.
you still pay attention to the ancient districts of the area.
Right by the community center.
Yeah, right by the no, yeah, it was a few blocks from the community center, but it was actually on the campus of Washington Intermediate School. So like right by the
Right.
Jack in the Box and the Washington Intermediate School campus. And like I mean, we used to live across the street, so I used to frequent that Boys and Girls Club like every day. And that was a pretty awesome time. I mean, they had um like the gym downstairs at the big basketball courts, and that's how I learned to play Sham Battle, the Hawaiian version of
Yeah.
dodgeball. And they had like the pool tables, couple like arcade games where everybody would go off with the Street Fighter 2. Yep, Street Fighter 2, that was the game, you know what I mean? Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat was at the other market down the street, but Street Fighter 2, that was the game that everybody would just haul off on, you know what I mean? Like showdowns. People would line up and just watch. Oh, you cheating, bro. You cheating. You can't do the same move. Oh.
E Honda with the 100 hand slap.
No. It was all about Ryu and Ken with that spinning kick back and forth across the screen. Or Guile with this endless stream of sonic booms.
Oh my god. Sonic boom.
Yo. I mean, I'm sure there was a way to just spam any player if you do the right moves and stuff. You could, or you just be just be Guile and do that one tripping move where like as soon as they stand up, you try and trip them again.
Yeah.
You do that with Liu Kang on Mortal Kombat. People get so pissed. Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that was. Yeah, that was the place, that was the spot that everybody hung out over there, was the Boys and Girls Club, and you'd go upstairs and get like the fried noodles, and like or even like just like little Rice Krispie treats and brownies and ice cake and stuff, you know what I mean? Pay an extra quarter and you get the ice cake with the lihimori seed inside. That was good times, man. It was a fun time and place to be a teenager. You know what I mean? Like in Hawaii in the early 90s, dude, Hawaii was, you know what I mean? It was rough. Hawaii in the early 90s. People were really like, oh yeah, Hawaii, tropical air, this and that. But I mean, like, no, I mean, like, it was gangbanging central, you know what I mean? Like, there's like, it was another gangbanging location. It was just a short flight away from the West Coast. And there were a lot of people that frequented and went back and forth. I mean, like, I remember one of my first friends that I had in the apartment buildings. Like, we were the two big families that lived in these little 2-bedroom apartments. We were the white family with all the disabled kids, and they were the Tongan family that with all the kids. So it was the two families with all the kids, and their family was like straight from South Central LA, and that's who introduced me to like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all that stuff. Was that Polynesian family that lived in an apartment next close to ours. And shucks, I remember like one of those dudes. I mean, like, and they ended up moving right back to South Central LA. And like, one of the dudes that I looked up to, like, brought a man is still locked up in prison and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, Hawaii was gangbanging. But yeah, back to the Scary Show and living over there in downtown Honolulu and stuff, and the Boys and Girls Club. It was pretty cool, but it's not like one of those. I mean, I think the ghost story was just about some girl that used to go and attend the Boys and Girls Club. It's not like about one ancient Hawaiian spirit or anything like that. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story that I was told, is that, oh yeah, she doesn't hurt anybody. It's just one girl that shows herself. Yeah, I mean, like, that appears to other kids and stuff.
Something I've always wondered about ghosts is, why do ghosts have clothes? Like, if I was to die at work, would I wake up as a ghost in my work uniform? Like, would that be my uniform for all
like,
time?
You know what I wonder is, like, I walk really slow as it is now, man. If I was to die and come back as a ghost, would I still be disabled? Like, just
Mm.
like, I'd probably be one of these creepy crawling zombies. You know what I mean? The one that's super easy to run away from.
Yeah. Cause like,
Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, nobody's getting caught by me.
that's another good. I never thought about that either. Like if clothes come with you if you become a ghost, like do other things, like, cause like jewelry or prosthetics or, you know.
Shucks, I don't know. I mean, like, I think a lot of it has to do with cultural influence and that kind of
Mm.
stuff. I remember in college learning about in there's certain parts of Southeast Asia that all have similar ghost stories, and it's like when it's just like a floating head with just like the spinal cord hanging down, and the ghost is always. And it's always like the pretty similar ghost stories of the floating head with the spinal cord hanging down, but the thing that causes the ghost is like a lady dies but she's pregnant when she dies, so maybe it's the dual ghost power that makes her transform into that creature.
Some kind of trauma, usually.
Yeah, I mean, shucks, man, there's so much stuff that's just like inexplicable. Ooh, that's a big word for me. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like it's unfigureoutable.
Yeah. We can take a break in between big words if you want to. we can take a rest.
Dang, now that ghost makes me think about that scene with Mike Tyson and stuff. You know, spinal.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments of your episode, they asked if it's a real soap, and I put I linked them to Bud and Lather in the reply to that one.
I don't know, man, because I mean, I'm pretty sure that the batch that was on sale at the time of that episode that we filmed that episode, that those batches are all sold out.
Nice.
And the stuff that we got on sale on the website now is all different newer batches.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it was a real soap, but now it's all gone. Now those soaps are all gone. They've like disappeared and somebody used them and stuff. So like now it's just the ghost of the soap that remains, and there's newer soaps on the site now. But the old soaps that we were talking about at the time of the episode, those soaps are dead and gone. I mean, no.
They went down the drain.
A real soap. Oh.
So tell us, everybody who may not have seen that episode yet, or even people that did see it and want to know more. Tell us about Bud.
No, I mean, like, Bud and Lather. So, Bud and Lather. Ooh. Yeah, I make handcrafted, cold process soaps and a number of other skincare products. And we're working on a bunch more, but right now on the website we've got 4 kinds of soaps, and they're each terpene inspired, like the sabolol and the mint blend and the eucalyptol. And we got some other ones that are curing, like caryophyllene. And they're all inspired by the terpenes that you find in cannabis, and they're hemp-infused soaps. So, I mean, like, oh, does that mean you put hemp seed oil? Well, yeah, I mean, I put hemp seed oil, but we do a lot more to infuse the hemp into the soaps. Soaps are made of oil and lye. You can't make soap without lye. If you're making something and you're not using lye, then it's not soap that you're making. So we use lye to make soaps. Like, ooh, lye, ooh, you can use it to dissolve bodies, but you can also use it to make pretzels. So, I mean, like, yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with lye. Lye is pretty amazing stuff.
I was about to ask you, like, what's the big deal about lye? Like, why is lye a hot topic?
Because it's kind of a caustic material. I mean, by the time you get the soap, all the lye it undergoes a chemical process and it's gone. It's called saponification, and that's what turns the oil into soap. All the water evaporates, and all the lye turns the oils into soap. But lye is just like this amazing kind of thing that has been around humanity and civilization for ages, you know what I mean? For forever. And like, we used to make it from just like collecting the ash in your fire pit or your fireplace and just saving the ash, and it becomes that, and it just it changes the pH. That's all lye does. It changes the pH. But I mean, like, you know that scene in Fight Club or whatever where the guy is like burning his skin, like, no, hold it, remember it. It's that's supposed to be a scene of him with a bunch of lye on his hand burning. I mean, like, I've had lye spilled on me a couple times before, and it hurts. It doesn't feel good, but I didn't ever have any experience. I mean, like, you know, I guess, you know, the movies drum things up and kind of.
Oh yeah.
For the movies, it's Hollywood. But yeah, I mean, lye is also used to make drain cleaner and clear out our drains. But I mean, usually it's oils that are in our drains clogging them, and it kind of makes sense that the lye would make those oils into soap, which would then clean it out. Yeah, that's lye, Lye, and we use it to make pretzels too. Lye water is used, and like the form that I use to make my soap is pretty much the same thing that you'd use to make pretzels. You mix the lye with water to bring the pH up, and basically with that lye water you can do all kinds of stuff. It's kind of caustic though. I mean, you want to be dangerous. You don't want to splash it into your eye, or you could go blind. So definitely wear protective gear. But yeah, I mixed the lye with my infused cannabis or hemp infused cooking oils, like cold pressed olive oil and coconut oil and cocoa butter and rice bran oil, soybean oil. Those are the things that I'm working with. I'm not working with like lard or animal tallow or palm oil or anything like that. I'm pretty picky with what I work with. And it's only like the best oils, like it's extra virgin olive oil. It's not like the hydrogenated palm oil. And it's, you know what I mean? Like, try and use high quality, good ingredients in, good ingredients out. So and like the goat's milk soap that we use goat's milk from national champion goats. Nice. Really elite pedigree, top bloodline, multiple award winning does in the little group that we get our milk samples from, and those are we collect them locally, just like 40 or 50 miles from where we live here. The farm that we picked them up from is Woven Woods Farm in Scioto, Oregon, and we produce all our soaps in Springfield, Oregon, where Bart Simpson and Homer Simpson and the rest of the Simpsons live. Yeah.
Tell me about champion goats. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so I pick up my goat's milk directly from the farmer. This cool lady, and she's just got like a super small little farm, but she takes really good care of her goats. And she gets a lot of third-party testing done. That's how she's able to tell, like, she does a lot of elective testing and takes her goats in to be tested on a regular basis and compared with other goats across the nation that also do these testings and stuff. And that's how they're able to compare throughout the year who's producing the best quality milk and stuff. So her goats have won multiple awards as far as butter fat production and milk quality. That's what they test for with her goats, at least. And they're like prize Nubian goat bloodline, something like that. And so one of the moms has I don't know if it's a blue ribbon or whatever, but she's a 2017 overall national champion and 2016 first runner-up overall national champion for milk quality and butterfat production in the nation. Yeah, and that elite champion doe mom has a pretty good looking daughter that's just getting into that milk producing age and stuff. So we should see a lineup of some more. I don't know, like with the pandemic and stuff, if they've been doing the whole award ceremonies and stuff recently. That's probably why it's just a 2017 championship. But yeah, I mean they hold multiple awards, and it's just like we've gone to visit them. You can walk out in the pasture and stuff and pet the goats. They're really, really friendly. They got some and like this lady spoils her goats. Like she bakes them breads from scratch to feed them, and there's like a really strict protocol that you have to go over there with visiting. Like if you've got other goats at your house, if you go to visit her house, you've got to like do this whole cleanliness protocol before you can walk anywhere and clean off your shoes and do all that stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty strict protocol to protect the health of her goats and stuff. But like they're all
I used to know a lady up in Eva who took good care of her chickens like that. Her fighting cocks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So
like top of the line food.
Nice. Yeah. But I'm really, really it's awesome the way that everything's working out. Like I've been receiving so much, like it's such an awesome outpouring of support from friends in the cannabis community. I guess like you can say that I've been trying to play into the karma pool for the past few years, helped out a few people here and there, like so and so's sick, or this person's sick, that person's got cancer, and if I've got a way to put them in touch with the medicine that they need, or if I can introduce them to the person that they're trying to find, then I'll do what I can to help another person, because it doesn't hurt me to help someone else, you know what I mean?
A candle loses nothing by lighting another.
Right. So sometimes these favors start to come back and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, so having to pay for my own wheelchair out of pocket really sucks, but having all of this community support has just been so amazing, you know what I mean? And like now I've got the freedom and autonomy too. Nobody, like, there's no other agency or insurance people are telling me what I can and can't do with my wheelchair, what kind of customizations and modifications I can put on it. Like, no, that's my wheelchair. You're not going to tell me what I have to do with it, or you know what I mean? What I can add to it and where I can take it.
Nice.
And yeah, man, I get looks and compliments on my wheelchair everywhere I go, man. People like stop and take pictures and stuff of it because
nice.
Yeah. There's been a few times where people have like, "Oh, can I come take a picture of you?" And that's the people that have asked permission. Some people are just like rolling by in their cars and taking pictures. I'm like, "Oh, dang, man, I feel famous again."
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy, huh?
That's the guy. Rolling billboard now, man.
Yeah.
No, it was so cool. Like, oh shucks. I went to this cannabis industry Halloween event in Eugene.
Yeah. At
the McDonald Theater, this awesome theater that's owned by the Kesey family, like Ken Kesey family, and they had it was called Tokes and Treats on Halloween, and dude, I just rolled up in my costume because it was a costume event and everybody was wearing costumes. I ended up getting nominated and winning first place at the costume contest. It was so
Congrats,
awesome.
brother.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I was a pack of rolling papers. So in the wheelchair, it's rolling papers. But yeah, back to the soaps. But yeah, we make a bunch of other stuff too now besides soaps. Tattoo aftercare products, body rub and ointment that's like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a topical ointment to help with pain relief and stuff. And that's what I've got the most experience making. I've been making that stuff for like 10 years plus.
Nice.
It's just that I've been making it because I needed it for personal use, or I've been making it for sick friends and family. And now, you know what I mean? Now I've got all this hemp material to work through, and I can make CBD hemp infused topical rubs and ointments for other people and offer it to the public, lab tested and super, you know what I mean? It's all handcrafted and it's lab tested at a accredited facility here in town, here in Eugene. I'm just able to, you know what I mean? Now I'm able to use all of the experience to make it and offer it to the public, since they passed that farm bill, where if it's got less than 0.3% THC, it qualifies as a hemp product. Yep. So yeah, all my stuff is lab tested and it's all legal to sell anywhere. Not anywhere. I mean, it's legal to sell in all 50 states in the U.S., but you got to check country by country. You got to check on the international laws and stuff. Because we've had some requests in Sweden and stuff already, and we can't send to Sweden, but we've already had a few orders out to Canada. And no, we've got orders out to Canada. Can't send to Sweden, so it's kind of like on a country by country basis. Mm-hmm. But I'm really stoked and grateful to be getting international orders already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I noticed from the analytics that I get a lot of views from Australia. So the Australians excluded, or you got any business out there yet?
I've got one friend down in Australia, but I don't. I think I just sent him chili pepper seeds. I just sent that guy chili pepper seeds, and we're not allowed to send CBD products to Australia through their customs laws and stuff. So what I did, he's got like a surgery coming up and stuff. So what I did was I taught him how to, like, I walked him through the process of how to make it himself. Mm. Yeah,
teaching
like
someone to fish.
Yeah, you know what? I want to empower other people. I want everybody to be successful and do great and stuff. I mean, there's a big old table and there's plenty of room for everyone to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to. I don't want somebody else to be in pain just because I'm withholding knowledge from that guy and I'm not able to help him. I can't send it to him, so I might as well teach him how to make it for himself if he can find the material down there in Australia.
Right on.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, you know what I mean? It comes back to you karma wise, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah. I remember you helped me a few summers ago with my insomnia.
Yeah?
Yeah, with the Lego men. The CBD, the little yellow ones, the gold ones.
Yeah. Did those really help and stuff? That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it's been such a blessing to just be able to, honestly, like, almost all of my sales and stuff have all just come from word of mouth. People sharing posts and pictures, social media statuses, likes and comments, and that kind of thing. I've got a few other friends that are musicians, reggae musicians, and other musicians that have considerable followings, and they've shared posts on their page and stuff, and it's all just been social media influencers and other friends, and that's pretty much driven our entire following so far. And it's just it's really been amazing on that end. I'm really stoked on it to see the way that our brand has been growing organically. Growing organically.
We'll put a drum roll sound in there.
What kind of drum? A bongo drum.
Oh. These are organically grown dad jokes. Here's a dad.
Exactly, man. Like I'm a dad, so I've got a responsibility to be providing the world with horrible jokes.
Yeah. And you helped out a very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine's mom who's struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia, and now you helping them out with edibles and the oils and everything. And that's like such an awesome thing to be able to do.
Yeah, honestly, as a compassionate caregiver and cannabis caregiver, like helping out other people, you know what I mean? Like some of it is like a badge of honor, you know what I mean? Like with some of my compatriots and colleagues, like, oh yeah, like gaining a reputation and earning a reputation as being somebody that helps others in need, people with Alzheimer's or cancer or whatever ailment they may have. That's I'd say that's probably one of my most you know what I mean, like it's something that I still try and work at and can, you know what I mean, but it's one of my achievements that means more to me than like my college degrees or anything like that. Like being known as a healer or a medicine man. That's truly one of the greatest honors in my life. Not quite like, it's being a husband and a father is a pretty awesome honor too. But,
you're just an all-around awesome human being in my humble
man. There's a lot of other awesome human beings out there, and I definitely have a whole lot more room for improvement. But thank you, appreciate that. I received that compliment. Thank you. Yeah, awesome. And you know what I mean. Like we've all got our time to shine. You know what I mean. We've all got times where we're capable of doing good and helping others, and then shucks, man, we all have bad days too. You know what I mean? Like we've all got. I mean, shucks, you see me lose my temper too. You know what I mean? Like I'm far from perfect.
When I didn't make those delicious eggs for you in time, no,
I mean, like
my world famous eggs.
It's eggs, man. It's not rubber.
I mean,
somehow you
get to chew them longer.
You magically found a way to make the eggs like the texture of rubber, but
I mean, I thought it was your favorite. You never complained.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about recycling now. Now my kids can take those rubbery eggs and play with it with the rest of their plastic and rubber toys in their little plastic kitchenette. A little plastic kitchenette in the easy bake oven. Little plastic fruits. You know which one I'm talking about. Nobody ever had them at their house, but every single daycare center had those little plastic fruits and eggs.
They fed those to the plastic children.
It was brainwashing. They was trying to get us to eat our vegetables and stuff, and it was just like, we ain't having it. Chicken nugget. I want a Happy Meal. Dang, man.
In 1 second, we're gonna pause for just a minute.
I'll take another bong hit.
Okay. Hang on.
The Scary Show is proud to partner with Dubby Energy, the premier energy drink alternative. If you're like me, you've been consuming at least one of those other energy drinks at least once a day, spending anywhere from $2 to $3 a can. But with Dubby, you get a whole month's supply in just one tub for close to $25 cheaper. And it gets even better. use promo code THESCARYSHOW for an additional 10% off.
All right, and we're back.
We're back. Yes. What made you choose scary stories? What inspired you to start doing a scary story YouTube channel and stuff? I mean, I remember you were doing like the short stories, the written fictions and stuff, but like scary stories, they almost, I mean, like they're nonfiction. They're like people's actual experiences and stuff. So, what inspired you to switch things up?
So, after so around 2015, I started kind of needed something to occupy my mind, after Lori passed and everything. And I found these videos on YouTube, these, what they were calling creepypastas. I didn't know what a creepypasta was, what the hell is this?
That's
I'm listening to it.
When you go to the store and the wholesale item and they got like the different pasta shapes and you can like the rotini and the angel hair and you get the Halloween ones.
Yeah, these were more like Freddy's glove and
the creepy
devil hair. No.
Yeah.
But
the jack-o'-lantern and the witch's head, those are the pasta shapes you can get. Those are creepy pastas.
Yeah. So
no?
For those that had never heard of a creepypastas are basically like urban legends that have been handed down, through word of mouth, on the internet and wherever else, in the subreddits and that kind of thing.
Like the scary story that always ends with the hook out, like on the
exactly
door handle outside the car.
Yeah. And there's literally one that I love that is just like that. It's bad English, bad grammar. I think it ends with something like man, hook, hand, kill. That's like one of my favorites. And but there's a lot of like real serious
when we were in dude, I remember being in elementary school and how like, oh, you better be careful, the kidnappers are gonna be there around the school and they always come in a big blue van. I remember hearing that in the elementary school in like Washington and then in Oregon, and then we moved to Hawaii and you'd hear the same thing. Oh yeah, the kidnappers are around the school in the big van. The color of the van would change, but kidnappers were gonna be there.
So they can get the most kids in the van.
Oh yeah, you just gotta spray free candy on the side, right?
That's it. They come running. But
okay, so back to the other creepypastas.
Yeah, so like there's some really good ones. There's this one, I don't remember off the top of my head who wrote it, but it's called The Pancake Family, and it's
pancake isn't pasta. Pancake's a breakfast.
No, but that's the name of the story. But The Pancake Family has to be my favorite scary story that I've heard in a long time.
Creepy pastry. It's not creepy pasta, it's creepy pastry.
Yeah, and when it caught on,
Pancake Family.
Yeah, when it caught on, like everybody, a lot of people, they kind of came up with different variations of creepypasta as their name. There's spooky spaghetti and scary macaroni and all kinds of names.
Really?
Yeah. If you search it, like it'll pop up everything you can think of. But people had to get more creative, with the stories. And then there's the let's not meet kind of stories, actual, psychopath encounters. There's one out there that's floating around where somebody met, I think it was Ted Bundy or something in the woods or some famous serial killer.
No, oh yeah, I remember. Well, my my mom told me a story, shucks, about um, and I don't know. To me, I always grew up believing that it was true because my mom had attended the University of Utah,
Mhm.
and she was from San Diego, born and raised in you know what I mean? She'd lived in San Diego, and then she'd lived in Utah and attended the University of Utah. Um, and the it was during the time that Ted Bundy was like, uh, you know what I mean, like stalking girls on college campuses and stuff. And
Mm.
she said that um, he had one night some stranger had followed her and kind of chased her across the campus, and she had barely made it into someone else's like dorm house or whatever. And like a few weeks later, she saw that stranger, same dude's face, but it was Ted Bundy that was on the news and had been arrested. Like she was almost one of his last victims.
That's wild. You never know what kind of crazies are lurking around out there. One of the stories, episode 10, Family Matter, was a real account with a real psychopath over in the Sequoia National Park. And yeah, you never know what kind of wolves are out there walking, upright. There's people who will, say or do whatever they got to do to get that high, get that fix of, snuffing out somebody's existence. And,
yeah, no, I mean, one of my other friends, I'm sure you met him, one of my friend, one of my buddies back in Hawaii. I remember him telling me that like some of his family members had been killed by the BTK killer, like the famous BTK killer guy. And that when he was like a little kid, he had seen one of his aunties like burned alive because the boyfriend like threw gas on her and lit her on fire in front, like, and he watched it happen.
wow.
You know what I mean? It's crazy because you talk to people that are first responders or police, ambulance workers and stuff, and it's even I've heard the comments multiple times of them saying that like sometimes what happens in real life is worse than what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sometimes in some ways worse than what happens in the movies or on the TV shows and
can't
stuff.
look away. You can't change the channel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like usually a lot of times when you're writing fiction and stuff, you have to write it in such a way that it makes sense logically and stuff.
Mm.
And sometimes in the world that we live in, there's just some things that happen that just they don't logically make any sense, and you can't really. There's not a good explanation for it. Well, this happened because this, and this happened because of that, and this and that. A because B, and they can break it down like some logical reason, but there's some stuff like sometimes people just snap, or sometimes there's just the most unexpected series of circumstances that nobody was really prepared for, or a number of like a number of situations.
Yeah. Sometimes all it takes is one particularly bad day and it just snowballs.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, we're talking about the scary show and stuff, but maybe those random acts of kindness that people are out there doing, like random acts of kindness that we show to strangers, maybe that's what keeps our world sewn together.
Yeah.
That's what keeps. I mean, like maybe somebody. I mean, there's been so many times that I've been on the verge of like just breaking down and just like, you know what I mean, losing it emotionally or whatever, and then like out of nowhere, like you get this random act of kindness from a stranger, and like the smallest gesture, and your faith in humanity is restored.
Yeah.
That's good. You know, it kind of gives us there's gives us that motivation to try and be that little shining light for others sometimes. And like, well, son, I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, like nobody's perfect, bro. I mean, nobody's perfect. That's life and stuff. Sometimes we're the hero, and sometimes we're the villain.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary thing about life, is that us as humans, like as a species, like we're totally capable of wiping out another species that's closely in competition with us. You know what I mean? Like deep down inside, we're all capable of doing truly amazing, awesome, wonderful things, and truly amazing, awesome, horrible things. And people are like, oh no, I would never do that. I'm such a good person, or this and that. But no, I mean, under the right circumstances, I mean, like if somebody did something truly gruesome and horrible and evil to the person that you care about most, like you know what I mean, like your significant other or your child or whatever, what would you do in response to that person? You know what I mean? That would bring out the evil and the beast in you. That, you know what I mean? So I think that given the right circumstances, anyone is capable of doing great good or great evil.
Yeah. What's that? How does that Native American saying go? There's two wolves inside everybody fighting for control. And the one that wins is the one that you feed the most.
Yeah, I've read that meme. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that's shucks. Now I'm getting waxing all philosophical and stuff.
Yeah,
he must be smoking sativas.
Nah, we're not afraid to get deep here on the Scary Show. There'll be some interesting topics.
We like our deep dish pizza. We just don't like rubbery eggs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Creepy pizza. Creepy pizza. Yeah. The Scary Show. Didn't you say it was? There was another longer name before it was shortened down to the.
No,
the
it was shorter. Before, originally the channel was just called Scary, and
that's right, Scary.
In the very first two videos, the teaser, it was just called Scary, but I changed the thumbnail on that. The problem with that was when people would search for it, nobody could find it. Like there would be all these other things and they'd be scrolling. I was kind of looking over somebody's shoulder as they were like searching for it in the beginning, and they couldn't find it. And I was like, well, damn, you know, like, yeah, there's got to be a way around this. And then somebody suggested that I changed the name, and I was like, nah, I don't want to. You know, I already came up with the logo, the original logo, not the one now, and you know, and I already like painted it on the back of the costume because I had started planning this out months and months in advance. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it back around March, and then you know, April, May, June, I finally said, all right, I'm gonna do it.
I've got a couple ideas and suggestions for the Scary Show, brother. I mean, like, forgive me for going off on a tangent a little bit.
Yeah.
Shucks, you know what I thought would be kind of cool?
What's that?
What about doing like a Scary Show comparison of all the different, like, say, let's do a series on vampires and compare all the different kinds of vampires from like from literature, but also like from movies, from literature and stuff, and comparison and see which one is like the most powerful, which one would win in a showdown, but which ones are the most unique and interesting. You know what I mean? Like the old school black and white film, like Nosferatu,
Yeah.
and then like the ones in like the Underworld, and then like the Colan vampire from the Twilight series, and then like literature, you can have other like Interview with the Vampire and Lestat and those cats, and then you could also have like from the Dark Tower series, the final vampire that the gunslinger faces, Dandelo. You know what I mean? That was always my favorite vampire. And then you could do different iterations of Frankenstein's monster. You know what I mean? From Herman Munster, or the Robert De Niro version of Frankenstein's monster.
I didn't even know he did a version.
Oh, Robert De Niro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Robert De Niro played a pretty good Frankenstein in the 90s.
I gotta check that out. He's like a method actor.
Yeah, I really admire and respect Robert De Niro's skill and talent as an actor. Extremely versatile and talented. But then other, you know what I mean? And just like do a scary show comparison on different spooky topics and spooky things. You know what I mean? Like invading aliens. Which alien is more like the ones from Super Troopers or not Super... The Starship Troopers, or the ones from Ender's Game, or the ones from Battlefield Earth, or the ones from Predator or Alien. Like do like just put different scary and spooky topics. Do like a scary show synopsis or breakdown.
Yeah.
And have you can even have a part with fan suggestions, and like, all right, well, what fan suggestions on aliens that should be in or on whatever topic that you're gonna be covering and stuff, or
I love that idea. If anybody listening, if anybody watching has a cool alien story, let me know.
Oh yeah,
I'll perform it.
Oh, we could even do this is your show, I'm sorry, but you can even do like a poll of like, oh, what's the biggest fear that everyone has. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? What's the most common phobias among the, like, is it spiders, or is it snakes, or is it enclosed spaces, or you know what I mean?
Some real nightmare fuel.
Yeah, real nightmare fuel and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. Different versions of the werewolves and lichens and stuff. That would be cool.
Yeah, there's not enough werewolf stories out there. I don't think. I think there should definitely be more werewolf stories.
Yeah. Oh shucks, you know who else played a really pretty cool vampire that I forgot? Eddie Murphy was a decent vampire.
You think so?
Yeah, that was. that was a cool one, man. That was all right. That was all right. But I mean, like, nobody's a better vampire than Blade. Yeah, like as far as
that's a hard act to follow. The new guy, he's got his work cut out for him. Got some shoes to fill.
Yeah. Adam Sandler's an alright vampire too, though.
Adam Sandler was a vampire?
Hotel Transylvania. I don't say blah blah blah.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's a cartoon show, so it's a cartoon that my little one's a big fan of, so I've seen it like a dozen times already.
In the Halloween episode, on the episode 13, Beast, that was one that I actually wrote, and in that one I tried to explore the most common nightmares that people had, and one of the most common ones was losing teeth.
Dude, no way! I get that one all the time too.
I've never gotten that one. I've dreamed that I went to school with my shirt and everything on, but just like no pants and just socks. And
no,
flying, where like my feet, I can't like control it. Like my feet will go over my head, and I'm just like, I'll slam down to the ground and then bounce up like one of those like little tiny speedballs, But in my teenage years, I was able to like jump, and I could hover off the ground, like an inch off the ground, and like glide around corners and everything before I landed.
That's cool. Yeah, that missing teeth one. That's one that's a recurring one for me. That like half my life already. Like I can remember having missing teeth dreams since I was a teenager. Man, this is like over 25 years. That's a recurring dream for me.
Oh wow.
And another one that's another recurring dream is like you get in fights and you're absolutely like powerless. Like hit someone as hard as you can, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just
you try and throw a punch or whatever, you might as well be punching the telephone pole. But I mean, like, I'm pretty powerless in real life anyway, so I thought that was, but I've heard that that's a common theme for other people too. I'm not sure if that's a common theme for other people, or if that's just a me thing.
No, it's very common. It's one of the top 5 actually.
Wow, I thought the missing teeth was just a me thing, but that's definitely one that's my whole life, like at least my whole adult life since I've been a teenager. The missing teeth, always my front lower teeth too. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because that's like one of the only areas where I've still got all my teeth is my front lower row.
fighting to keep them.
Fighting to keep them, you know what I mean? Yeah, got missing teeth from so many other sides. I've got like eight teeth missing out of my mouth and stuff, man. But yeah, I got that front lower row, except in my dreams. Yeah. The only thing I'm capable of doing with my teeth is biting off more than I can chew.
Oh, oh, hiya.
Gotta admit, that was a pretty clever one.
I mean, made me channel Ed McMahon there.
Subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you next week with a brand new episode of The Scary Show.